Yeah, there's gonna be a long terraforming that I'm gonna have to do. I forgot my food. Hey Purple, how you doing? Sadly, Purple, I'm still having some bit problems into Twitch, so it was laggy. I tried to do test stream, but it didn't work well. I need food. Didn't I have some food into my chest? Keep working, guys! I don't think it's my neighbors. I think it's just me not being able to find a new balance in the bitrate with YouTube and Twitch. Because what happens is the following. Since I'm multi-streaming, what happens is that YouTube demands a certain rate of bits. And if you try to give way too much, there's problems. If you try to give way too less, there's problems. And the same goes with Twitch. The problem is that Twitch and YouTube, they take different rates, different amounts. So if you just try to stream too high on YouTube, Twitch is gonna be weird. And if you try to stream too high on Twitch, YouTube is gonna be weird. I need some dirt. Wait, you guys see that? My chests? They disappear as I get close. You guys see that? Huh. Wait, is that a way to just reduce lag in Minecraft? They did that actually? To just exclude the chests and the contents that are inside of them when you're out of frame or out of the chunk? Food. Yeah, I'll take a stack of cookies. I also could try to do some fish. A little bit, at least until I fix this. Even if it comes to it, maybe I'll have to just go back to 1080p, which is a little bit stupid. But if it comes to it, maybe. How's your day going, Purple? I already told you how my morning went trying to fix this. And how did you go? How are you doing? I need to be careful not to break the shovel. I really do need to repair it once the time comes. Just a regular day? Hmm. Wait. Oh yeah, that's right. For a moment, I didn't remember you telling me that you were fired, but I remember now. What are you trying to study right now? If you don't mind saying. Yeah, we're getting back to the good old days, just breaking wood with my bare fists. Hey Golden, how you doing? You know, something cool is on the building grounds today. Hey Roldy. Today, as you guys know from a few previous streams, I went back to painting D&D miniatures. And today I did the base priming for a miniature that I have promised as a birthday gift for a friend of mine for over 2 years now. Basically 2 years, I think. No, yeah, this is the second year that I kind of owe him the miniature. Over a year, between 1 and 2 years. Between 1 and 2 years. And today I primed the mini, which means that I just took a base coat of a substance that will cover the entire mini to make it easier for the paint to stick. Honestly, Silver, being a home tour guide, you know, basically you're gonna be the guy that goes around and tries to sell the house, right? Oh wait, not a home tour guide, sorry, a tour guide, just a tour guide, sorry. Honestly, that's cool, Silver. Or Purple. If you think that you can do a good job, go ahead and do it. And I definitely recommend for you too, if you can, to watch a few videos about the guards of the Tower of London when they do the tours, if there are any videos about that. Because when and my father we went there, each guide, it was so interesting to watch and hear, because it was not something that people will actually just go there and just see it once and okay, that's it. Every single time is gonna be the same thing. No, every single guard of the Tower of London just gives a different story when you go into the tour with the different guys, so that's very cool. What about your videos, Roldy? I haven't recorded them yet. You said you wanted them to be on YouTube as a recording, not as a live stream. So I haven't recorded them yet. Yeah, because if you actually know well about the history and you manage to just put on a little show alongside with it to just make it fun or interesting to just pay attention, you're gonna go far. Yeah, time to unload all this dirt. Hey, no worries, Purple. Remember, as I want to make this job, but get yourself on your good 2 feet first. Then you think about that. You already do more than enough. You already show up almost every stream, so I already take this great special thank you. It's okay. Really? Damn, Rowdy, then you must have cooked a very good video. But I have to say, unlike the Jason versus Freddy YouTube poop, I'm gonna have to actually lock in for that video. Because I never watched the Leprechaun series or any movie, just 1 or 2 clips. I don't know. I don't know if what I'm gonna say is correct, and you can correct me on that, Roldy. But the Leprechaun kinda sounds like a trashy horror movie, you know? I don't know, it just never attracted me. I always thought it was gonna be a bad horror movie. Because every time that I heard about it, it was kind of sold as a horror movie. I hope that there are gonna be a lot of like that little edit you did about someone punching someone, and then like they just fly over, they jump back to the fight, and then they're just punched away again. That was my favorite part of the Freddy versus Jason video. Yeah, there's gonna be a long terraforming that I'm gonna do. A very long one. At least I can spend my time without thinking too much about it. Just breaking blocks. Close to dark. Well, I store it away, first of all. And if it actually starts to lag, because I don't just go too far away anymore. You remember the search for the Sakura tree, don't you, Purple? I don't walk just to those distances anymore, I just stay almost into the same, what, 15 chunks. So it doesn't lag that much. So I just store it away. Oh yeah, okay, time to save the shovel. I cannot break any more dirt with this. Time to save it. Bam, 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 bam. Indeed, Roldy. The shovel cost me $150,000 and she breaks 1.5 million blocks of dirt per second. It costs $400,000 to dig with the shovel for 12 seconds. I don't know if you guys heard about this guy, but there's a Brazilian YouTuber called Vinicius 13. And he's a very well-known YouTuber on the Brazilian community, the Minecraft Brazilian community. And in one of his videos, he makes such wonderful videos. It's like the type of video that just comes once or twice a month nowadays. But there was one time that he actually went ahead and he broke an entire gigantic mountain, one that went from like the base of the world to the actual like maximum height. And it was incredible. He just spent so much time that he actually made the news into like some Minecraft news pages. Oh, I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'm gonna have to store this over here for now. There's just too much dirt. What do you mean I can sleep? Yeah. No, you should see me. When I actually get an idea, just a place in my head, I kind of lock in for a long time. There was this one time, I think that in 2019, 2017, no, okay, end of 2019 or 2018. I was actually playing Minecraft. I had opened a server for me and my friends and any friend that wanted to join to play with me. And at one night, I invited two of my friends that actually joined in the beginning of the server. The server had been there for 2 weeks now. No, the server had been there for about, yeah, 2 weeks. And I actually invited them to just join me. And once they joined, they just saw an entire jungle terraformed. They saw a medieval castle, a village, and all of that shit that just made into the world that they had joined just 2 days ago. And they were like, Dan? Yeah? For how long have you been playing on this server? I'm like, Um, since the last time you guys joined, 2 days. Um, you mean 2 days straight, 48 hours, right? Yeah, they were actually scared for a moment, and that's just so fun when I with my hyper focus. I actually makes my friend a little bit scary of the things that I can do. Do I need more diamonds? Oh wait, where's the guy with the shovel? It's you, right? I'm also gonna have to go collect more wood later. Really? No. Oh, here it is. I'm just gonna buy as many shovels as I can for now. No problem. Thank you. Nah, I'm not the main character. I'm just that guy that has a random book somewhere in the world that just tells about my work and my progress on shit. And eventually someone finds it. You know? Too bad I didn't have a save on that. I have a terrible tendency to not keep a save of my Minecraft worlds. You know? I almost went without doing this. Yeah, at one point this shovel's gonna have to retire. Just to our advantage, it's not right now. I am like the important canon event of the abandoned society that lies within every single Minecraft server. Yeah, for now let's just breed them here. You know what? You guys can keep the rest. I don't mind. You guys can just go ahead and keep the rest. Take it. But yeah, a lot of work to be made indeed. I'm gonna have to destroy my wheat and potato plantation there, and I'm gonna have to redo it somewhere else. Honestly, you just remind me of something, Raldi. Hey Findler, how you doing? You remind me of a guy that I used to play when I was a kid. And he was just so addicted to sheeps. Every single base he did, he would always have a sheep or a few sheep as his pets. And he would always paint them with the most various colors. We mocked him a little bit for that. You know, it's just like when you discover that bro has an addiction or something like that. But he was really addicted to sheep. Oh, I saw some shit posts about something like that. About all the animals they getting like a rework to just actually look to actually be baby-like, you know. For example, having tinier heads, just cute little eyes. That would actually be so cool. That would just be like an update of life and living in this game. Wait, what? Okay. But, good thing that you're actually getting better at mapping, Findler. How long have you been doing that to get to the point where you are right now? I know, Hank, I know, but I've been getting some problems with the bit rate. I haven't found like a solution for that. I haven't found a good number. I've done some testing today on some private streams and it didn't fix it. But how you doing, Hank? It's been a couple of days, if not over a week. How you doing? think I'm gonna leave this. Yeah, this level at least. He sells propane and propane accessories. I'll tell you what. You were sleeping all week? What caused that? Were you just working too hard, or work has been slow, so you just took the time to be able to rest a little bit more? That is a good point, Hank. You know, I also need to try to fix my sleep, because for me, my current like sleep schedule is based on I wake up next to lunch. I have lunch. I just get my things done throughout the day. I go to the gym, which I usually go after the streams, you know, a few days a week. And then I come back, I rest, I have dinner, I stay on the PC for some more leisure. I talk to friends because usually my time to talk to friends nowadays through the internet is at night. And then I stay up until like a few hours into the night. Oh, really? It's on call? So how do your hours kind of look like, Hank? How they actually look like? For example, are you on call from like 8 to 5, or is it almost at any time of the day? But honestly, if you can make a living with a on-call job, and you still like get time to just rest a lot throughout the day, that seems like an interesting job. Weird and bad to just keep like socialize with some friends. I know about that because my job with D&D games, they actually just really take me away of like playing some games with my friends sometimes, or just going out too. But still, it pays well. Okay, am I gonna need more chests? Do I have more wood? Yeah, I do have more wood. There's gonna be a lot of dirt. Ah, that's good. And also, I think that it also leaves a good standard for your work. You know? Because basically, you don't need to come in if you're not needed. And if they come in and they want to try to do some deal, they can call ahead. And that just sets a more... just a heads up type of mechanic for the story, you know? It's not like something that people just show up and, oh yeah, let's talk about this right now. It's more like, oh, okay, you want to talk about this? Yeah, let's set a day and time and we're gonna call our guy. Kind of a little bit like the Pawn Stars, you know? But without the whole meeting first, talking about what the person needs and then just getting back to them at a later date. And they need to buy a new mouse as well. So you're the expert. Good for you, Hank. You're like the guy that they really need to call in for the big guns. Ah, Rowdy, I don't mind the rain so much. I usually in real life I like the rain. If it's not that big or if it doesn't come in a day that I actively need to be on the street, just going somewhere else, I like the rain. I like the smell that the rain gives the world. I like the calmness that comes with the rain. Hey, no problem, Findler. Have a good one. Oh, I almost fell into this. Oh, good one. But on that topic that Findler just left, yeah. Sometimes it just feels that Adobe and other softwares, they're just so weird, you know? That they... I don't know if they make the way that they do it just because of the patent, you know? Or if it really is because the software needs to be like that to work properly. I feel like they just leave the software to be overly complicated for the sake of being overly complicated. Jesus Christ, Hank. You made one sale that was for $250,000, and I imagine it's like $250,000. And just from the bonus, you got 30K. Nice, dude, very nice. That's what, maybe a month of work or 2 months of work for a lot of people. Good one, jeez, that's a very good pay. And you still get your base salary, right? You don't just get the commission, you get an actual salary as well. Right? Or am I mistaken? Oh, yeah, also by Rowdy. I'm gonna be waiting for the response because this really can be huge. If your biggest commission, you know, for helping is 30,000, you still have your monthly salary for being on standby for that, or you're a little bit like an independent on-call guy. I'll say this, so they really... Honestly, I can understand like how that can be good, but I have a considerable hatred for companies that they just really want to keep you on the minimum salary spectrum, and then they expect you to just bring some amazing work service and work for the commission that you might receive from clients and other things. Because that just makes me think like, all right, the company's already making millions, and you know that this guy is good, so why don't you just actually start paying? Oh, these motherfuckers! You guys really want to do this right here, right now? You see the way that they all just turned to my direction immediately as soon as I saw them first? Let's do it. Also, I need to be very careful because if I got the raid effect, I can actually start a raid on my own house. This is dangerous. No, yeah, of course. This is just to be on call, considering that... oh, it's a week, not a month. Okay, for a moment I thought you meant a week. No, okay, yeah. I don't know if that's... yeah, in the... Okay, let me just create my line of thought. If you can do that and you can maybe do other services throughout the week or work with other things as well on your meantime, yeah, that can be good. But I know that for some people that's not enough to survive just on that. That will be... 9... Wait, let me actually seek about this. Let me actually search it. In a week. Oh wait, 1,000. About 1,200 a week on average. Oh no, so that's extremely like close to like what what most people do. That's not too far away, and it's just to be on standby, and you get commissions on everything that you are able to sell. No, okay, that's actually a good deal. For that one's a good deal. But here in Brazil, Hank, I think you remember, you know how it is like. There are a lot of places, especially in the area that I graduated in, tourism, that they just try to make you work the maximum that you can for minimal pay, and they try to put the blame on, or like the expectation of a good salary, on the sales that you made. Basically saying the more that you actually make it to the company, the more that the client that you bring to the company is gonna pay you, the more you're gonna receive, and I really despise that idea. Because the end, the one that just gets more screwed over is the worker, you know? It doesn't feel too fair. In the end, any problem that you have with your salary is kind of turned to the direction of the client, and not the actual service for not paying you enough. It's true. That is true. If you're single, you don't have a family, you just have like a pet to take care, those expenses are gonna be very close to minimum. Also talking about like having a family and such, I hope that I can find a good woman in the future, you know? Someone that I can actually rely on her as much as she wants to rely on me. Be a duo. For me, it doesn't matter who works like the most or who makes the most money. I just hope that we can really rely on each other for things that are important for both of us. Because I think that nowadays, especially with how the algorithm works for so many people and so many young people, they just keep pushing these either extremely feminist or red pill content. It's very annoying because the women, they just keep getting told that they need to fear men, and they still needed to take care of themselves, and that they still need to find a good top performing man. While for men, we just get the content that it says that we need to focus on ourselves, create our own future, and we cannot pay attention to women or to care about a woman, or they will take everything that we have. Like, this is so stupid. I was born too late to actually go into the dating market without those expectations, and it sucks. Indeed. This might be a very weird topic, but on the topic that I just mentioned, did any one of you ever went on a speed date? And most likely this question will go only to you. Purple, and Hank. Since I believe you guys are the right now, you guys are the only ones that are above your 20s on the stream. I never went to one because there are not many things like that here in Brazil. It's more of an American thing or things for Asian countries. But I am curious. Even though people speak tremendously bad about such events, I'm curious to go at least once so I can also say, no, yeah, they were right, they were horrible. I'm never gonna go to one of those things again. But I'm curious. It ain't much, but it's honest terraforming. Really? So wait, you actually went to one purple? How was it? Can you describe more to me? Ah, Finder, always go with the style that you most like, and if over time you want to change it, you can change it. But yeah, how was it and how was the thing? I don't know because I'm when I get hyper focused about something, I want the most details out of like the environment and things. Like, how were the people that went to the event? Were they kind of nice? Were they just very entitled? Was it weird? I feel there always you can go with traditional if it makes you comfortable, and then you can just try it out. So you can try both of them for some time if it's possible. It was just a regular date. We met up in a cafe, talked, we walked for a bit, and then we went to a hotel and fucked. I was not expecting like this response. I thought it was just a speed date. I didn't thought it was an actual full date. Oh yeah, that is also an important thing, Hank. You know. I learned a little bit too late that you should not talk too much about what you have. That led to some very toxic people to try to be my friends in college, and that did not go well. Good thing that I just got rid of these people nowadays, and I don't even have contact with them anymore. But yeah, if you show that you have a good salary, yeah, people will tend to maybe treat you different. And the worst part is that it's just like is a two-way knife, right? Is a double-edged sword or knife. Because if you show that you don't make too much, people will not consider you as an option, and some people will even try to avoid you for maybe being someone that will be dependent on them if you guys become friends. But if you're someone that is rich, a lot of people will like try to be fake and just try to be friends with you because you might have money, and they will try to rely on you for things. Yeah, double-edged sword, purple. Or a double-edged blade. I only usually talk about finances, my real finances, when it comes to close friends and family, and very close friends for me to trust on them when I talk about money, and also to ask about money and things about the markets. And with you guys, I only talk about my YouTube money because I like to be 100% clear about that because it's the truth, you know, on this. But everything else, I just keep very quiet about it. Chicken, you cannot escape the terraforming. You will be assimilated into it. Yeah, but honestly, I know that there's a lot of prejudice against like people like that too, Hank. But honestly, I have a lot of respect for those people. You know, if they keep a good attitude, they try to do their work, and they're just there surviving. They usually don't have like I don't have anything to say that will be bad about them. I like to say that I'm very polite and I'm very friendly with the people that work at my local Burger King. I know their names. I always say hello. I ask how they're doing. If I know something about their story, I ask them how is that going about. I always congratulate the worker that has their name into the worker of the month plaque. And then I see that that makes them happy to be recognized, to not be invisible. But there were times that there were some people that they just absolutely showed that they hate being there and that they don't even care about trying to smile or to give you a good experience on the restaurant. Now those type of people, I kind of feel I feel pity, honestly, for to think of why are you like this? What happened with you that you just don't even try to just do a good work in your day-to-day thing? You know that you just like you're just so prone to show that you did not want to be there. I flipped burgers for over 2 years. I have respect for them. I just wouldn't do it to customers. Like 70% of the time are rude and all that. I don't like dealing with them. Hmm. You know, there was there were just a few times that I kind of complained about something to my favorite restaurants or the place that I actually eat weekly. Sometimes my parents they even say, "No, wow, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't go there complain. You shouldn't say anything." But I still think that that's an important part, you know, to actually try to give them feedback, not just scream at them because they did something wrong or because this shouldn't be the way it is, but I give criticism where it should go. And actually, this is interesting to talk about. If you hear criticism and you don't even think about it, you have the right to be mad. You have a right to just need to absorb it first. But if throughout your whole life you just deal with criticism the same way and you'd never change your mind, most likely you're just someone that will never change for the better. When I was working with, no, even before I was working with D&D, a few years back, close to 2022, 2023, there was one of my players that he came to me and he said, "Oh, dude, there's actually this rule that I saw another game master apply, and it seems to be extremely fucking cool. Maybe we could look into that." And I took it a little bit back, you know. At that time, I got a little bit sad, and I even told him some time later that that kind of made me sad because I had the game to do the way that I liked. I want them to have fun. I always try to do my best with some things, and him actually coming with a different ruling that wasn't on my book and then that I didn't like it so much actually made me a little bit sad because it just showed that damn I'm doing so much and they just go to other people to just tell me what they want to. But nowadays I see that that was just immaturity because in the end we all just want to have fun, and if he's bringing something that he's excited about, he's trying to show me something that he enjoyed and he liked and he wants to bring it to the game to make everyone have fun as well, at least I should think about it. I shouldn't be offended or I shouldn't feel sad because of that. That just shows that he actually wanted to bring something cool to the table. And nowadays I understand that, and I feel a little bit stupid for thinking like that before, for thinking the way he did or for react the way he did, even though it was maybe a good reaction response. That just shows that I grew as a person. That even though it was not my pick at that moment, for the fact that nowadays I can listen to something that someone that I like or someone that I'm friends with is excited about, and I can actually just say, yeah, okay, let's do it, no problem. Because not because the most exciting thing for me, but because it would actually make them happy to try it out. that shows that I grew a little bit, that I'm not the same person, and I kind of like the new person that I became. Also, the fact that this recommendation came from a game that had the game master that I really didn't click at the time, that I really didn't like his way of doing things. It also was something that added, you know, to the thing. It's like when your mom compares you to the kid that you don't like in school, or compares you to your brother that is an asshole, and you're like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't like that. No, no. So it's kind of funny on its own way. I'm gonna have to go down there and I'm gonna have to replace the shovel. Yep, time to replace the shovel. Sadly, Hank, I think that no one is immune to have like a bad moment, you know, a moment that maybe they should have kept quiet. We're all human. At one point, we all have topics or people that when we try to have a conversation, it turns into a discussion. It's just the way it is. You just can try to be better the day after. Fiddler, I honestly have no idea. I think that a lot of people with the current Trump government, a lot of people didn't expect a lot of the things that Trump did. I don't think Trump wants a World War III, and I think that he's just doing this as a show of strength to distract us from something that he's trying to do. And I almost forgot about the shovel. So I really don't think we have a World War III scenario, at least starting with Trump right now. He can be mad, he can try to display force, but I don't think he's gonna do anything that the American people wouldn't just be, or at least the people that vote for him, would completely be behind him. Oh, that was all my XP. Yeah, I need to do an XP farm. I thought about a few jokes, but then I said, nah, better not. Better not. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. This world is gonna be flatter than a white girl into a good dress. Back to the whole dating thing. Run me, you either know someone or get on apps. I talk to people working jobs, and yes, I've talked to the same girls and get winks, but it's all about the spark. Honestly, you know, Hank, I think I will give you like a little talk that I kind of had in the when I went to therapy a few years back, because usually I'm the guy that I don't click well with therapists, you know. I don't do well because for me it's too weird. I much prefer to have a conversation, a very real and deep conversation with a friend of mine or a couple of friends than to actually go to therapy because it just feels too fake for me. But there was a moment that I was just so weirded out about something that I went to my parents and said, I think I'm gonna try to see a therapist. And we found one, he came to my house a couple of times, and throughout 3 or 4 of the times that we met, nothing happened. Nothing great happened. Actually, I remember it was exactly 3 times that we met. And nothing helped me. Because it was always the same thing. It's like, oh, how you doing, Dan? I'm doing okay. How about you? Yeah, I'm doing okay. So how have you been doing this week? What has been going through your mind? Why are you feeling down? Oh, I'm feeling down because of this, this, and this. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, you have the right to feel like that. But what are you gonna do about that? And I'm like, but I fucking literally, I want to have a conversation. I want to know your opinion. But it was like the exact same like a type of therapist that is always like the type of guy that he doesn't try to just go a little bit further. He doesn't want to try to give his opinion. He just lets myself talk and That's it. It's just like I'm paying like someone to talk or to listen to me talk, and I don't want that. I want someone to have a conversation. I want to have a debate about what I'm feeling. The type of thing that I have with my friends on like those low hours of the night, you know, those very very long hours that you guys should have gone to sleep a long time ago, but then the heavy topics hit. Yeah, and like that's like the worst part because I think that there are so many therapists like that nowadays. Because therapy is booming, so many people are trying to get a therapist to talk about their problems. Even though they're expensive, there are a lot of people who actually survive just listening to people talk. I think that a lot of people need someone to listen to their problems, but what people also really need is someone that is not afraid to just listen to what they're saying and to actually give some feedback and to actually debate on the things that they're feeling, because then the person will start to think. The person will be thrown off their comfort zone, and the person will actually have to start facing who they are as a person and what they can do to change or what they want to do to change. But going back to what I was saying. At that time, during the third conversation that we had, the conversation that it was either our last talk, the talk that I said that I want to graduate from therapy and I was gonna just go back to not making therapy or not having therapy. I told him that right now I was not looking for anyone to date or anything because I wanted to improve myself first, you know, as a person, with my body, and that was a couple of years back. And the only thing that he told me that it was actually helpful that nowadays I kind of pass on to people is the fact that if you're trying to find perfection before trying anything, you're never gonna actually know what is it like to try to do your best. You're never gonna improve as a person. You're never gonna be perfect, or never anything's gonna be as perfect as you like. Because when you find something that it can actually work for you, it's not gonna be perfect because it's not gonna feel perfect for you because you don't know what is the actual reality. At least that's the lesson that I took from it. But he basically said, "Don't you think that you're actually hiding behind all those promises to be better and to just try to find someone when you're better, just so you don't get hurt or just so you don't have to work for the things that you try to get in the future?" Exactly, Hank. And this is like the logic that I wanted to bestow on the chat before I talked about your thing. You have all the right to just wait for a good connection or a good spark. But if you never try to figure out where something can lead you, then you're just gonna remember that you never tried. At least if you try, you can say that you tried and you will grow up as a person to do better next time, to know more about yourself and how you deal with certain situations. Instead of just being stuck in the memory that you never tried, so okay, now I just gotta keep waiting. I just gotta stay here and I just gotta keep waiting. It's important to change, it's important to try. You guys know that I'm going to Belgium this year if everything works well. Everything's in the process. And it's so scary to actually think that I'm gonna be away from home, to actually be living on my own, to actually be a full-grown adult for real this time, maybe. To be on my own, to try to find work, to study, and to do everything at the same time. And maybe even, if something happens, try to find someone nice to just get a relationship going with. And that's important, because even though I am shitting myself because I'm scared to go, I am even more scared to think, what if I don't go? What if I don't go and I never try? What if I don't try to just fly out of the nest? I want to grow. Growing is scary, but it's even more scary to know that you never tried growing. I need to calm down a little bit. This was getting too much emotional for me. I was getting close to shed a tear. I put too much emotion on those words. Sorry. Silver, but maybe if I'm lucky, I can try to stream once a week. I'm gonna need a laptop. I'm gonna take my camera. I'm not letting this camera behind. I'm not letting this camera behind, man. This camera's coming with me. So I maybe still can stream, but who knows? Is enough to make a grown man cry, Silver. And not every tear is a tear of sadness. It's just too much emotion. Thank you. Cheers. Actually, I will be right back. Just a moment. I'm back. Sorry for that. Hank, I am planning, if everything goes well, to apply for game design. And I'm gonna try to major on sound design for games. I'm gonna be that guy that tries to edit and tries to implement sound very well. So I'm gonna be studying, I imagine, the most used softwares, how it works to record things. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to go for. Damn, that is really a huge project, Finler. You think you're gonna be able to make it in just 2 or 3 weeks? Yeah, Henke, that's the thing, because I think that audio engineering, it can be such a versatile thing to learn, especially if I can just do some other courses to know how to better implement things and just be better at sound design as a whole. That can be so cool. Because not only that can be good for my videos for in the future if I try to edit, but it can also let me other jobs that can use similar softwares. Oh, 70 days. Yeah, so that can take you about 2 or 3 weeks if you keep working on that same pace. I wish you good luck, Findler. And I also hope you don't destroy your computer or laptop with that, because 1,000 frames, depending on how much you're putting into it, it can be a lot. Look at this. Look how much we're actually terraforming already. Soon we're gonna have to destroy this cobblestone. Or, as they call it, smooth stone. What software are you using for your project? Where are you animating this, or where are you recording this? Or rendering? I know there are things that I'm gonna really need. But Hank, I will say, like, I saw it. It's even a little bit intimidating. But at least I'm not only grown as a person that might be going to college and get a diploma into a different university, but also being in another country, a country that I actually have a citizenship, a country that just by going there and being involved in the culture and learn their culture and learning their ways can also really do well for me. I'm the type of guy that I really don't care too much what would be my job for the rest of my life. If I'm waking, if I'm making enough to survive, if I'm actually doing things that I kind of enjoy, that just don't work me to death or is not doing bad for my mental health or my physical health, I would not complain too much. So already being there is gonna do me so many wonders. It's not just an investment in my education, it's an investment of my well-being and my mindset as a person. Yeah, and even that, imagine if I can actually be an editor for someone. Just by knowing how to edit sound or to balance it correctly and to make it like a good sound effects would be so good. That's a game, right, Findler? Blood Money. Or was it a video? I don't know, like, I've been like working with so many things now. If you guys don't know, I already have 3 D&D pay tables. I have some side works that I do with some family members. I have another chance of another side work. Money. A little bit. Not still enough to survive on my own, but it's a start. It's a start. Well, maybe, honestly, if with the money that I make nowadays and considering how unreliable it can be sometimes, since it's a freelance work, and considering that I would be living by myself, I think I would have needed to rent an apartment that is this big, or maybe even less than this. That's my current room. Maybe. I think that if I have good contacts in college and I meet some cool people, especially the people that go into the indie game development, maybe I can work with them and try to help them. There are so many indie games that nowadays are blowing up and just making so much money. So maybe if I find like a cool group that has an interesting idea, I can try to help them out and be part of something bigger, you know? Let me tune out with this music. Hey Leia, how you doing? My mom? Okay, you're dead. I don't remember the region right now. I don't. I can look at it later, but I think it was on the right side. I think it was on the right side of Belgium. I think. There are skeletons as well. Maybe Hank. I don't know, but I at least I hope that whatever we do, we just make just a 2 or 3 season max about it, because Stranger Things just lived more than it should. I don't know. I felt very disappointed at the end of Stranger Things. It could have been way worse. They saved it just a tiny little bit for me to not just say that it was one of the worst endings I've ever seen. But at least some of the journey was nice. And even though it may have the shittiest roads, purple, I think for what people said, the most common thing is for people to get bikes, you know? So either that or I would walk. For me, the biggest thing that was the biggest letdown for me on season 5 is the fact, and just a heads up, guys, spoilers about Stranger Things ahead, as you guys should expect. The worst thing for me is the fact that they actually finished season 4 as if there was gonna be something very, very bad happening. The whole town was gonna be affected by whatever was going on, and now they are completely fucked and everything's gonna go to the fan now. But then, I guess the people who were in charge of the thing, one of them, they got divorced or something. There was something related to that, right? And then everything restarted, as almost as if they were just in a quarantine zone with the military once again behind them. It shouldn't have been like that. The Stranger Things finale should have been all in a complete mayhem. We should have lost more characters. People should have died. We should have had more conflict, and the military should have been more effective fighting the Demogorgons. They shouldn't have just been like a cannon fodders for shit. It's like nothing actually has any weight on the decisions. I need to go get more space. Yeah, I know it can be different, but if you actually already knows about sound design, it must be a little bit more easy than other careers, right? To convert. Oh, damn it. Oh, I need to go sleep. Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, live things, live shows, they have way more pressure than what I can imagine for other smaller shows that they happen on recording booths. But if you actually go into big stations that really demand a lot of work and a lot of quality, that can be even more pressure. And they still want to know where's my fourth skeletal horse. Nah, I'm gonna have to order a new mouse. This one is really, really failing. Let me also get some supplies. I'm gonna have to abandon. Where am I abandoning this? I'm gonna just collect everything that's on the fields, my plantations and everything, just so when I start terraforming that place, I don't have a big problem. Maybe I should try to make an automatic carrot, weave, and everything farm. However, that's why I was saying indie films for a start, so relaxed deadlines and work environment with a small team. Honestly, funny enough, I kind of worked on an indie film before, but it was an indie film that I did in middle school with some friends of mine. And the leader of this project nowadays, he works with movies, trailers, editing, and he works for as a freelance for recording and other things. You know, he's a guy that really knows what he's doing and what he wanted to work with in life. And when we were teenagers, he actually had a project that he wanted to do a movie, a 20-minute long movie that he wanted to do as his big project for his teenage years. So he and a few of our friends, we acted on the movie. We had some nerfs. We painted them black. We tried to do. He tried to do a story. We tried to help him the best that we could, and it was fun for a while. But sadly, the project was too greater than he anticipated, and sadly, it was too greater for as a commitment for what most of us had actually signed on to. So sadly, the project died. Nowadays, he kind of remembers this project with a little bit of shame, you know, because it never finished. But sadly, it's the way it is. You need to be realistic about some things. So funny enough, but this is not. So I can actually say that I worked in an indie film as an actor. That almost happened 10 years ago with a guy that is actually in the industry nowadays. But I don't think I can actually use this on my resume. Can I? I was not hired, it was just some helping. I was just helping. Most likely. I don't know, I feel like I'm the type of guy that I just like to be involved with projects that can be well organized. Oh hey, the merchant is back. What are you selling today? Wait, milk? Would that actually give me back my bucket, or would it be the full bucket? Because then, wait. This can actually be a good trade. I have a lot of potatoes. No, wait, I actually have villagers that will buy them for uncooked, so no. Sorry, Bob, you almost gave me a good deal. Almost. He's really trying to sell me. I heard another creature. Is there pillages around here? But you know, guys, I think we did a somewhat good job for now. Look how much we terraformed. Now we just needed to terraform the rest. Let's try to break some stone just to vary. I also need efficiency 5 pickaxe any day now. Just some good old great duct tape, industrial duct tape. That does the trick. And if you don't have glue, just give a little spit, put the two pieces that were broken together, and there you have it. Honestly, oh yeah, can I also mention something? I hate super glue. Especially when you have to actually glue down something that is quite small. Because the other day I was just trying to glue up some D&D pieces that they broke off the miniatures. And it was so bad! It was like things that were like this, so I would try to connect them. I put them together like this. And it took me about 10 minutes to actually get it right, because it would be like zip, 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 zip. For 10 minutes straight, and there were multiple miniatures that I need to glue back together. It was horrible. Horrible, horrible. At least now they're all glued up. There are some like some dried droplets of glue where I had to glue it. But it's okay, I don't mind, I don't care. It's gonna be like this. No one can force me to try to re-glue them if they're okay now. It is the way it is, Silver. I said what I said. Alright. Actually, I haven't. No, I haven't. Let me search it real quick. I'm pissing on the meme. This is a Dr. Eggman meme. Honestly, I didn't expect to see a Sonic meme rising this year. I really didn't. A redub? Damn, that actually is taking me back to the time that everyone was doing an abridged series about different animes and other shows. You guys remember that? The Sword Art Online abridged series? I think that's the best joke that I can remember from the abridged series. Oh yeah, I think it was the from was it Code Zero? I don't remember, but it's where the guy, he just keeps respawning every time that he dies, and he has the save points that he doesn't choose. But I remember that every time he died, it would be, buy this fucking apple! Buy this fucking apple! No, I'm not buying. I just used to buy this fucking apple as something that happened in the video. The pillager, sorry, the tradesman, the trader, he just got so excited thinking that I wanted to buy an apple that he just came running to me. I don't think it was a green guy. I think he was a human merchant, as far as I remember. Prognosis? You're dead! But I don't know, I just remember the meme. I might be wrong, but I think it was a human. I know that the protagonist, he was a human. I gotta be careful with the shovel. Yeah, I can give it a little break and I can watch that real quick. Oh. Unpause the music. You want me to watch the animated version? Which one do you want me to watch? Which version do you want me to watch? There is a few. There is the Oddly Distracted. There is the Time Fox animation. And what channel is the original version? Is the Jenny video? It's from a channel called Hawk. Damn, I kind of feel bad for this one. There's one video that says I pissed on the moon with 70,000 views, 74,000 views, and another one with 8.6 million. But yeah, just find me the name of the video and the channel, and I'll do it. But maybe I'll watch this and I'll take this as my leave because I kind of wanted to go painting a little bit before I went to the gym. Oh, I don't think that's the original version, but it's the one that is the most viewed. So let's do it. Oh, it goes from a full like to 32-minute dub. Okay. Wow, this is actually really, really big. Let me actually go ahead. YouTube. Weird. This is not detecting it. Oh, is the Dr. Eggman Twitter announcement? This the one? This the one? Okay, yeah, it's the one. All right, let me turn to this. Let me just adjust myself. Okay, you guys wanted me to watch this meme, so let's do it. Click.
The following program is classified M. It is recommended for viewers 15 years and over. We recommend the use of the parental lock system.
I come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog's a bitch-ass motherfucker. He pissed on my fucking wife. That's right. He took his hedgehog fucking quilly dick out and he pissed on my fucking wife and he said his dick was this big. And I said that's disgusting.
This
so
big.
I'm making a call-out post on my Twitter.com. Shadow the Hedgehog, you got a small dick. It's the size of this walnut except way smaller. And guess what? Here's what my dong looks like. That's right, baby. All points, no quills, no pillows.
Oh, it actually looks like a dick.
Like
Oh no, it's made to be look his face.
He fucked my wife, so guess what? I'm gonna fuck the earth. That's right, this is what you get. My super laser piss. Except I'm not gonna piss on the earth. I'm gonna go higher. I'm pissing on the moon.
What?
How do you like that?
What?
I pissed on the moon, you idiot.
So you're actually telling me
You have 23 hours before the piss droplets hit the fucking earth. Now get out of my fucking sight before I piss on you too.
So you're actually telling me that Dr. Eggman, he can actually build something to reach and destroy the moon, but he cannot to destroy Sonic. Also, just a shout out to the original creator. This came from this series, I imagine. This fan dub that was made by Snapcube or Snapcub. I think it's Cube. So yeah, go ahead and give it a like. Jesus. Honestly, I have to say I enjoyed this way more than I thought I would. I did not expect to just see Eggman full trash talking Sonic and Shadow and just saying that they have small peepees. But guys, with this, I think I'm gonna take my leave. I really want to go down and I want to paint some of my minis. And I'm a little bit hungry, so I should take care of that before I actually go to the gym. So, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you to Hank, Silver, Roldy, Findler. Thank you everyone who was here on the start and during this transmission. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Thank you, Golden. I'll see you guys next time on the next stream, next video. And until then, bye. Bye. See ya.